Think you just saved $1 by picking that $19.99 item over the $20 one? No, your brain was just shut down for exactly 0.3 seconds before you could even realize it. Global multi-billion-dollar corporations don't use the .99 suffix as a mere mathematical tool or a simple discount to stimulate demand. They use it as a psychological anesthetic weapon aimed directly at your frontal lobe, the epicenter of your logic, analysis, and rationality. Their ultimate goal, to force you into making purchasing decisions using your primal brain, the reptilian brain, and the limbic system, which is entirely ruled by emotion and primitive survival instincts. But here is the dark secret that retail tycoons never want you to know. Why is this trick completely powerless and paralyzed when facing luxury goods? How can you dissect the flow of money and use this exact cognitive code to control and manipulate the psychology of anyone across from you, from clients and partners to your content viewers? Let's strip bare the inner workings of the marketing underworld and decode the flow of behavioral psychology right now. Part 1. The neuroscience behind the 1-cent illusion. When you stand in front of a shirt with a $19.99 price tag, in pure mathematical terms, it is only 1 cent less than $20, an amount that cannot buy anything in the modern world. Yet, in terms of neuropsychology, the distance between the digit 1, $19, and the digit 2, $20, is not 1 cent. It is a vast ocean, a deep chasm separating two entirely different cognitive states. Why is it that a single penny cannot make us rich, but holds the ultimate power to make us pull out our wallets and swipe our cards faster? Behavioral science has pointed out 3 core mechanisms silently occurring in your cerebral cortex. $19.99 price tag goes to System 1, fast thinking, and leads to perception, digit 1, cheap. A. The bargain queue effect and FOMO syndrome. In the global retail culture, especially in the US, odd ending numbers like .99, .95, or .97 have been deeply embedded into consumers' subconscious minds for decades. Our brains are nurtured in a commercial environment to automatically understand that the .99 suffix is the code for discounts, clearance, or special promotional offers. Conversely, round numbers like $20, $100, or $1,000 represent regular prices or premium product lines. When you see the .99 suffix, your logic is instantly paralyzed. You are no longer rational enough to ask, is this item truly necessary for my life? Instead, your entire nervous system shifts into a defensive state triggered by the fear of missing out. I'm saving money. This is a steal. I must buy it before it's gone. FOMO, fear of missing out. The .99 transforms consumer behavior from buying what you need to buying because you don't want to lose a privilege. B. The anesthetic for the pain of paying. From the perspective of fMRI, whenever humans face parting with cash, swiping a credit card, or transferring funds, a region of the brain called the insula, responsible for processing physical pain and feelings of disgust, is actually activated. Put simply, spending money hurts your brain no differently than stubbing your toe against a table leg. Retail tycoons understand this perfectly. They cannot stop you from paying, but they can soothe that pain. The .99 suffix acts as a potent anesthetic injected straight into the insula. It blurs the harsh reality that you are losing resources. By making the price look soft and hanging in the balance, it alleviates buyer's remorse right at the moment of decision-making. You don't think you're losing $20, you think you're preserving a portion of your wealth within the $19 bracket. C. cognitive laziness and the left-digit anchoring mechanism. The human brain is a supreme biological machine, yet it is extremely selfish when it comes to energy consumption. It always seeks shortcuts, heuristics, to process information at the lowest caloric cost. Processing and analyzing round numbers requires minimal effort, but when facing a complex sequence like $4.99, the brain activates its cognitive laziness mechanism. Instead of performing an upward rounding calculation, $4.99 roughly equals $5, the brain automatically opts for truncation. It ignores the 0.99 suffix for saving cognitive energy, choosing to accept the leftmost base digit of 4 for speed. Because humans read and process information from left to right, the first digit is what hits the retina and roots itself in the mind first. When seeing 9.99, the brain automatically anchors to the number 9. The cognitive difference between $9.99 and $10 is exponentially larger than the actual 0.01 gap. To the subconscious mind, $9.99 belongs to the 9 series, the safe, cheap zone, while $10 has crossed the border into the 10 series, the risky, expensive zone. Part 2. The Evolutionary Roots and Behavioral Economics. To understand why the .99 weapon possesses such devastating psychological power, we must travel back in time to human evolutionary history and Nobel Prize-winning behavioral economics theories. 1. The resource hoarding instinct and the reward center, nucleus accumbens. Evolution has hardwired an invariant tendency into the human genome: maximize resource hoarding at the lowest cost of energy and risk. In prehistoric times, it was about gathering the most sweet fruits with the fewest steps. In modern times, it is about owning the most material goods for the least money. A .99 price tag sends a subliminal signal, a biological code to the subconscious that this item has been cost-optimized to the absolute floor. It cannot go any lower. This signal instantly triggers the nucleus accumbens, the reward center deep within the brain that releases dopamine, generating a sense of satisfaction and joy when humans gain an advantage. This feeling of scoring a deal, transaction utility, completely overpowers the actual practical value of the product, acquisition utility. 2. Daniel Kahneman's System 1 and System 2 theory. In his classic masterpiece, Thinking Fast and Slow, behavioral economist Daniel Kahneman proved that the brain operates using 2 systems. System 1, fast thinking, automatic, emotional, stereotypical, subconscious, and consumes very little energy. System 2, slow thinking, logical, calculating, requiring high concentration and highly energy consuming. Normally, System 1 always operates first to scan the surrounding world. Rounding up a number from 9.99 to 10 and calculating whether $0.01 is significant requires System 2 to flip its switch. The .99 figure is a magnificent trick because it creates a visual and cognitive illusion of a low price. It satisfies System 1 immediately, causing buyers to make decisions based on emotion and instinct before System 2 can wake up to perform logical analyses. By the time System 2 opens its eyes, the receipt is already printed. Part 3. The 3 Golden Rules of Psychological Pricing. If you are a business owner, a marketer, or a content creator wanting to apply this code in practice, you can't just throw odd numbers around blindly. You must strictly adhere to these 3 core golden rules. Rule 1. The left digit effect. The core. It's not the number 9 at the end that sells the product, but the shift of the leftmost digit that decides the entire game. Analysis. A price of $4.99 yields vastly superior results compared to $5 because the first digit on the left, the number 5, drops to 4, a 1-unit change in the highest value place. However, if you switch from $4.59 to $4.60, the difference in sales is virtually zero. The reason is that the first digit on the left, the number 4, remains unchanged. The brain doesn't register any psychological leap here. Takeaway: always design your pricing structure so that when the .99 suffix is added, the leftmost digit is forced to drop down by one level. Rule number 2, the emotion versus logic theorem, or the right on the money effect. Now let's look at rule number 2, a top-secret boundary that pricing experts never mistake, the emotion versus logic theorem, also known as the right on the money effect. You need to understand that the .99 code is not a master key to every door. This effect follows a strict demarcation rule of the brain. Remember this core principle. The .99 suffix was born for emotion, fast-moving consumer goods, and impulsive shopping decisions. When a customer shops by desire, entertainment, or self-indulgence, the brain's System 1 takes absolute control. At this moment, the odd .99 acts as a stimulant, sending a subliminal message to the subconscious that this is a bargain, the price has hit rock bottom, buy it now or regret it. But the situation will completely reverse for luxury goods, premium products, or high-stakes services that demand logic. In this segment, round numbers like $100, $1,000, or $10,000 are the undisputed kings. Why? Because wealthy people don't buy discounted items. What they pay for is luxury and a flawless experience. From a psychological standpoint, a round number creates a sense of transparency, honesty, prestige, and absolutely no flavor of cheapness. When looking at a round number, the brain's System 2 feels respected, creating a state of reassurance to make long-term investment decisions. Engrave this into your heart. If you intentionally force a .99 suffix on a luxury product, you are not stimulating demand, you are manually degrading your own brand positioning, causing customers to instantly question the quality of the product. Emotion uses odd numbers, luxury uses round numbers. That's the unalterable law of money flow. Rule 3. Visual saliency as cognitive leverage. The human brain possesses an interesting trait. It equates the physical size of characters with actual monetary value. When you write a price, if you keep the font size of the .99 suffix as large as the primary left digit, the psychological effect is cut in half. Design solution. The .99 suffix must be written in a smaller format, superscript 19 to the power of .99, and with a slightly lighter font weight compared to the base number on the left. Mechanism. When the physical size of the .99 suffix shrinks, the brain inadvertently downplays its importance, automatically skipping the tail end and only memorizing the lower base number on the left. Part 4. The 3 fatal misconceptions of amateur marketers. The business world is full of blind copycats who do not understand the essence. Here are 3 classic myths most people believe when thinking about psychological pricing. Myth 1. Just add a .99 suffix and the product will automatically sell. The truth, this is a fatal mistake made by rookies. If you were selling a high-ticket mastermind course or a B2B consulting service worth $2,000 but tried to price it at $1,999, you are cheapening your positioning. High-end clients will instantly smell a promo, a flea market bargain, and begin to doubt the quality of your system. They want full commitment, not a deal that shaves off $1. Myth 2. Consumers nowadays are too smart. They won't fall for the .99 trick anymore. The truth, Even if a consumer holds a PhD in economics and knows every marketing trick in the book, their brain remains entirely helpless against this effect. Why? Because this is an automatic cognitive mechanism belonging to subconscious bias. The intelligence of System 2, logic, only kicks in after System 1, emotion, has already reacted to and processed the first leftmost digit. You can be aware of the illusion, but you cannot stop your nervous system from feeling that $9.99 is cheaper than $10. Myth 3. Only price tags need this psychological pricing mindset. The truth, this is the most unfortunate oversight that causes the masses to miss out on the ultimate power of this code. The .99 mindset is actually not about money. It is a mindset of psychological cognitive thresholds. It can be applied perfectly to every metric and measurement in life and work, from video durations, book page counts, and steps in a process to headline formatting. The crowd out there is ignoring this goldmine, but you won't. Part 5. Action Plan for Video Creators and Copywriters. Storyselling. As a script writing and content optimization expert, you can weaponize this entire anesthetic mechanism to craft hooks, structure video durations, and write sales copy, storyselling, for absolute conversion rates. Action 1. Design hooks based on the left-digit psychological threshold. When crafting headlines, writing watch-bait scripts for the first 3 seconds, or designing thumbnail text for short and long-form videos, always force the numbers below the round threshold to break the viewer's defensive barrier. Case 1. Talking about testing time. Don't use, "I spent 10 days testing this AI tool and the results." Use, "I spent exactly 9 days testing this AI tool and the results." Decoding. The number 9 creates a perception of a shorter time frame and faster execution. Viewers aren't overwhelmed by the number 10, an exhausting double-digit milestone. Case 2. Talking about income/finance. Don't use, "How to make your first $10,000 on the internet." Use, "How to enter the group making their first $9,900 on the internet." Decoding. The odd figure of $9,900 triggers a stronger visual impact. It not only feels authentic, reducing skepticism towards the usual bloated round numbers found online, but also triggers curiosity due to its specificity. Action 3. Apply the subtract 1 unit rule to calls to action, CTA. When offering a list of bonuses, checklists, or incentives to stimulate viewer conversion, subscribing, leaving an email, or purchasing, never stop at a round number. Standard way. Sign up today to receive a bundle of 5 free design templates. Manipulative way. Sign up today to receive a bundle of 4 core templates plus 1 limited special bonus. Decoding. The human brain processes the number 4 incredibly fast and easily. Isolating 1 unit as a bonus exponentially amplifies its perceived value in the eyes of the customer. They feel they are receiving an unexpected premium privilege rather than a fixed, rigid combo package. Storyselling. The odd ending price comparison technique. When writing sales scripts, if you want customers to buy without hesitation, use the technique of comparing your product's value to a familiar, odd-priced daily item. Script blueprint. This course doesn't cost $200. The investment for this entire mental framework is just $49.99. Think about it. $49.99 is less than a casual $50 odd-ending romantic dinner at a mid-tier restaurant, but it hands you the master key to dominate the financial game for the rest of your life. Conclusion. The flow of money and attention in the modern world never operates by accident. It is engineered on behavioral psychology algorithms, precise down to the millisecond. The .99 suffix is not merely a price tag, it is a mirror reflecting the laziness, fear, and primal instincts of the human brain. Once you master this dark code, you will no longer be an oblivious prey for multi-billion-dollar corporations to shut down your frontal lobe every time you step into a supermarket. You hold an invisible power to design content, price products, and steer the behavior of the masses exactly the way you intend. The choice is yours. Continue to let your brain be anesthetized for 0.3 seconds, or become the master of this psychological game.